phonics posters. So if you're wanting to teach just the reading, the phonics posters are the best thing to use. And the whole idea of phonics is there are lots of phonics programs out there. Most phonics programs are terrible. They're not actually phonics programs and they do not work. But there are some really good ones, and like Jolly Phonics is really good. So Jolly Phonics is what we used to always use when we were doing our projects in India and places. And you got great results. It's a fantastic program. I've met the Jollies, I know the Jollies. The thing with Jolly Phonics is it needs so much material. You need big books, you need cards, you need little cards, and you always get them lost. We could never keep track.
It's quite difficult for EFL.
Exactly, the vocab is difficult for EFL as well. So we have this thing of like, how can we make it simpler? So our aim with Genki Phonics was one piece of paper. So if you don't have it like this on the projector, it's in my bag, but yeah. I'll find it later. It's there. It's okay, second. You can print it out on A4, and you just have one A4 book, and you can teach phonics.
Look,
okay.
Here you are.
Here we are. Thank you very much. Thank you. So in here, so this is just an A4. Just have one A4 book, put it on a ring binder, and you can just go through and teach phonics doing that with the book. Okay. So this is the phonics posters, what we call posters, because they're that way. And we also have a phonics workbook. Which we will try and use. I don't know, it's a printout. Yeah, we're going to say I didn't bring with me. But with the phonics workbook, it's the same thing, but it's this way, and it has more writing practice when we're doing writing. So I think maybe this afternoon, if we get time, we'll try and do writing as well.
And is it available the workbook
yep.
on the web?
So at the top of the page is. Where are we? Where are we? Phonics. Yeah. So at the top of the page. So this is the page here, yeah? So you have the videos, the posters are there, and if you keep scrolling down, the workbook is there. And then VIP members can download the workbook as well. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, good question. So we start off with phonics. Yeah, okay? Yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, so first thing we need to do is, I'm getting tired now, think Genki, be Genki. Okay, so first thing we do is words. So what's this?
Super.
What's this?
Salad.
What's this?
Sun.
What's this?
Superhero. Salad. Sun.
Okay, so words first, okay? And then what you ask the kids is, okay, what is today's sound? Okay, what is today's sound? So we have? What's this? What is it? What's the word? What is it?
Superhero. Salad. Sun. Superhero. Salad. Sun.
What's today's sound? So have a listen again. Now, if your class starts getting like this, going on an afternoon, discipline, okay? But that's nice and fast. That's how.
Superhero. Salad. Sun. Salad. Sun. Superhero.
What's today's sound? Keep going forever. Never stops. Okay. That's today's sound. Now, S, no, that's nothing to do with it. That's the alphabet. We don't teach that. That comes much later when you're doing spelling. Okay, this is reading. So the correct sound is good. And then we have a gesture for each one. So you find the gesture there. So that's the superhero character at the top. That tells you what gesture to use. So we use the gesture that we used when we were teaching that word. Okay, so for superhero, we were teaching that gesture, so that now is the gesture for, everyone big arms out, everybody? Good, everybody's big and strong. Okay, good, so first of all words, what is today's sound, and the sound with the gesture. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it with me because it's going to get more advanced, okay? And then the next step is, this is how we write it. 3, 4. Good. If I'm a teacher, can I do it like this? Is that okay?
No, you have to do the other way around.
Do it backwards. Always point towards the board. And 3, 4. And just be careful if you've got the book, yeah? Make sure you follow it the right way as well, because it's backwards for you. Okay, that's very good. So, words first. What's today's sound? Gesture. This is how we write it. And then finally, reading. Okay? So the reading we point here, what's that? Good. Good. Nice. Easy. Yeah. Easy. That's it. That's all there is to it.
And one lesson is done.
Sorry?
One lesson is done.
One lesson is done. So that's 5 minutes.
That's the introduction.
Yeah.
Part.
That's the first lesson. It's the first lesson. So this is what we call 5-minute phonics. Okay? So ideally you just spend 5 minutes on it. So what you do is you do, say, maybe 30 or 50 or 100 Genki English lessons. And say if you're doing 50 Genki English lessons, on the next lesson you do a normal Genki English lesson for 40 minutes. And the last 5 minutes you do the 5-minute phonics. Okay?
And if we do 100 lessons, then what should we do?
So then you go on to your next set of curriculum, whatever it is, you're teaching science in English or maths in English, and then a 5-minute phonics at the end. Okay? Or you can do the 30-minute phonics if you want, but we haven't got time to show you that today. So only do one of these per lesson. If you're doing an intensive course and you need the kids reading really quickly, you can do 2, but don't do 3. Because it'll just fry your brain and you get so tired. You're going to see as we go along, you'll get quite tired from doing this, okay? Because we're going to do a lot today. Okay, so just do 1 per lesson. Okay, any questions?
No.
No? Okay, good. Okay, so then the next one is, what's first?
English.
Pictures first. So what's this?
English.
What's this?
Internet.
What's this one? Sorry. Okay, you're looking at my finger, right? You've got the shadow. Okay, there you go.
English.
Okay, so that's why I just did that song before. All these words come from the Genki English curriculum. Okay, so you have to make sure you've done the IT song before you can do this, just to get that word. What's that?
English.
Where is baby monkey?
In the toilet.
Yes, it's in, okay? In. What's that?
English.
www dot is the?
Internet. Internet.
I have to change this picture, aren't I? But,
English.
Now get the discipline. Everybody say it. What's my finger? You ready? You ready? Whoa. Can't hear you. What's today's sound? What's today's sound? Be careful, it's not igloo. It's not een, it is. And the gesture for it is from the in, we use this gesture here, so just the sound. And no punching. I used to use that and we got so many complaints. Yeah, the parents complain like crazy.
This is not.
Yeah, but that's why we got the complaints.
This way.
Doesn't matter the way.
Use your imagination. So we just do like that. No actual noise, just going like that. Okay. So, what's the sound? When everybody do the gestures. Okay, so if you've got a big class, I want to see who knows what the sounds are, you see? Just the sound. Everybody? Okay. And you see with the gesture, this gesture goes on forever, like the sound, whereas that's a gesture like that, it's really short, yeah? So, yeah, okay, so we've done the words, we've done the sound, we've done the gesture. What's next?
Writing.
This is how we write it. Okay? This is how we write it. It goes 3, 4. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, and why is everyone confused? Yeah, okay, 3, 4. Why are you all looking confused?
Because you're writing down, you know.
Maybe I was expecting just a long line, not
Maybe more words, just maybe more dots, but there.
But that's different sound.
But then it would have been an E. Okay, now while I was doing it, then I realized.
More dots.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. So, this is how we write it. Okay, what's next?
Right. Reading.
Reading. Okay, so everybody, what's this? Good, this? Now, do this separately now.
I. I. I.
No finger, no sound. Okay. Now that's the difficult part, the blending of two sounds together. In England, this takes many years to do for the kids. Okay, it's the most difficult part, so really keep an eye out for that. And normally for those ones, you do it 3 times. You go s-in, 3 times, and then sit, sit, sit. Usually. Faster kids, slower kids do it more or less, but in general, that's the way to do it. Okay. And what's this one here? Everybody? Okay. Easy? Nice and easy? Yes, yes, no? If you don't tell me, I won't know. Is it?
Phonics is the way native British children learn how to read.
And Australians and most Americans, yeah. Yeah, it's the national curriculum is how we do it now. Yeah. Question, why did I start with S and not with A? Why did I start with S?
It's very easy.
They're not easy.
You need some consonants to make words.
You do, yes, it's part of it, yeah. The reason is,
words don't
it's the most common sound in English. It's, so we teach the most common sounds first, and that lets us build more words more quickly. If we start with ABC, we have to go A, B, C, then we've got cab, which is not a very interesting word, and we get D, which is bad, which is an even worse word. So we start off with the most common ones. Now this order is the British government recommended order for how kids learn in the UK. It's pretty much the same in most countries as well. So we start with S and I, and then one more. Now we've done 3 of them, we need to review. We need to start reviewing. Do you see your review on there? Yeah? So you have to make sure you review all the previous ones. 2 ways of doing this. One way is to point to the letters and get the kids to say and do the gestures. With the gestures. Good. And you can't do the next one, can't do it yet, okay? Or you can just do the gestures and get the kids to say it. In Thailand, our girls can't reach the top of the board, so they just do the gestures.
Richard, please, I'm a bit lost.
Okay, just a second. Let me just practice this first. Everybody doing the gesture? Okay, a bit lost.
Can you just repeat for me the order how to